picks are in. This is the weekly podcast show where local clueless men try to make predictions about the NFL. Welcome your two hosts, Zach and Ryan.
Welcome to another brand new episode of NFL Picks Are In. My name is Zach. Once again, I'm joined by the one, the only, the Ryan Barbieri's.
Z's. What's up, man?
Doing good. I think we should just start off by saying that our hearts, our prayers go to Damar Hamlin and his family and the Bills team. And this is unprecedented, unheard of, super sad, super hard that what's happening. So just start by saying that we're praying for Damar, and some good news has come in as of this point. So we're just praying that he makes a full recovery.
Totally. Yeah, couldn't say any better.
Yeah. But Barbs, how's you doing? We're back from a 2-week hiatus. Wasn't supposed to be a 2-week hiatus, but alas, we've taken 2 weeks off.
Oh, feel better than ever.
Yeah.
My picks would say otherwise, but no, I'm feeling good.
Okay, good. Well, yeah, we apologize for 2 weeks off. 1 week, we're supposed to have a week episode 2 weeks ago, but due to technical issues and I won't say more, due to technical issues and human error, we do not have an episode. And then after Christmas, just got busy visiting family, and unfortunately I couldn't record just to scheduling stuff, so we just didn't have an episode. But we're back for the end of the season, so let's go.
Yeah, I can't tell if it feels like it's been quick or it's felt like it's been a long season. I can't quite tell.
That is a good point. I like that. Like,
it's kind of
the
lost
extra
in the desert.
week. Yeah, it's like what's going on. Yeah, I don't know either. It feels like it's been quick, but it feels like it's been emotionally tolling.
Fair.
So I'll just say I loved watching the Dolphins play on Christmas morning. That was the highlight of my Christmas.
Right. That was a long time ago. That was a different team ago.
It was a long time
Yikes,
ago.
Dolphins.
Yeah, Dolphins have had the roller coaster of a season. Just ups and downs. And
it's just up and then straight down. I'm gonna say ups and downs. It's just
yeah.
So anyway.
Okay.
Sorry, Z.
Should we get to some picks?
Please.
You want to pick? You want to pick a little big guy? You want to do some picks?
I want to do a little picky.
A little picky. Okay, let's start. Saturday. We got 2 games on Saturday this week. So we got our early game is Kansas City at the Las Vegas Raiders. KC favored by 7.5 points.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a lot of these games are gonna come down to what the playoff picture is at the time, and does this team need it? Do they not? Are they gonna rest their players? So it'll be kind of touch and go, I think, throughout the week and throughout the day. Depending on how the early games go, the late games might be affected by that. So, but regardless, I will never pick Vegas, especially against the KC Chiefs. I don't care if Mahomes is retired at that point. I'm not gonna do it. It just goes against law, to be fair. So just by that, I'm picking the Chiefs. But what do you think, Z?
Well, obviously, I just want to say it again. Damar Hamlin's full recovery is the only thing that matters in all this. Period. Next statement is that the game being postponed has a lot of effects on everything, because if the Bills were to win that game, they would be tied right now with the Chiefs at 13 and 3. I think Chiefs would still have the tiebreaker with divisional wins. Chiefs have 5 divisional wins. Bills have 3 at the moment. So, but that would make Bills and Chiefs game really important for that 1 seed, or maybe 1 or 2 seed. They both have a bye. So, but the Bengals, if they won, they would then be tied with the Bills And so then they would both be fighting for that 2 seed pretty hard. Like, so it just gets a little complicated with not having that game
Yeah.
played.
Yeah. And it's like, I feel like everyone's also just frozen too, waiting for
Mhm.
news because it's like no one knows exactly how to, like you said, unprecedented. No one really knows how to proceed.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So obviously there's like backroom logistics that are being done, like how to proceed. But I think they're trying to not let that come out as they want to be sensitive to the situation, right? So,
Right.
um, yeah, I guess we're gonna have to wait and see. I think a few more days, but regardless, they said they're not gonna play this week, so I don't really know what you do. So it'll be really interesting, regardless on what happens. So anyway,
Yeah, because I haven't heard anything yet, but KC, you sit Mahomes on this?
uh, I mean, if there's nothing to play for, you let them play for a couple, uh, you know, maybe a
Couple
quarter or
series.
two. Yeah,
Yeah.
let them just get. You don't want to be sitting too long, but
Yeah.
second half you pull them. That's for sure.
See, it's like not having that game though. It's like, is there something to play for? And then it's just like, well, we would know for sure if we knew the outcome of that game. But
Right,
then
right,
what if you're like, there's nothing to play for, and then they play that game after, and then they
right,
win, and then they lose? It's like, I don't know if I'm missing a piece of information. Like I said, I think
right.
it's we're all just trying to figure it out and piece it together. But
Mhm, mhm.
anyways, I like what you're saying. KC, even if they didn't have Mahomes, I think they still would be favored uh pretty strongly. So yeah, lock in KC. Okay, next we got Tennessee Titans at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jacksonville favored by 6.5 points.
Yeah, Jacksonville, can they make the playoffs? What's the scenario? Like if like the Pats lose, there's like a scenario, like a list of teams that have to lose, and Jacksonville makes the playoffs if they win,
Right.
which is pretty
Um
incredible just to be in that situation. Um, so anyway, I think this will be a hard fought game, to be honest with you. Although as lackluster as Tennessee has been, I don't know. I don't like it, but I'm going Jacksonville. My only question for you is Trevor Lawrence going to be really good?
is he going to be elite? Is he going to be a Hall of Famer? Is he going to have a good playoff run in his lifetime? I think he's going to be good. He's
I
not
think
going to be one of the
that's
greats. He's not
I
going to be
think
one of the
that's it. I
greats.
think he'll be good, like top 12 QB. If he gets into the top 5, maybe, but yeah, I don't know.
He'll
Top
be
12.
better than Derek Carr.
I'd hope so.
I think he'll have
Poor
a
guy.
better career than Derek Carr.
That's good. That's a really good career. Derek Carr has had a decent career.
Yeah. I don't think much better though. Just
Fair.
slightly.
Fair play.
Yeah, I'm locking in Jacksonville. They are on a must-win uh game, and um they don't have their fate fully in their own hands, but a win
Mm.
definitely locks them up to look really good. So yeah, I think they're gonna put everything they got at this game, and I think they can definitely have enough to win.
Right.
Okay,
Lock it in.
lock that in. Oh, I gotta do my picks. I'm pulling at you. I'm forgetting to lock them in while we're going, just so
Don't
I
lock
don't
it in. Just forget about it. Z. Just forget about it.
just
You
lock
owe me
it
one.
and forget it, and don't hit submit. That's
Yeah.
okay. Minnesota at Chicago Bears. Minnesota
Okay.
favored by 3.5 points.
Oof. Minnesota. Rough one. The true colors are starting to show themselves.
Mm,
Um, you just can't go Chicago. I mean, that's going to be the theme of this week, and it's
right.
been the theme of this season, right? So, no thanks on Chicago. Yeah, they're home. Minnesota, prepping for playoffs. I don't know. Don't love them, but I'm just going to go Minnesota. Feel gross doing it, but I kind of have to.
Yeah, Minnesota doesn't have anything they need. They don't have anything they want. They don't have anything at all, actually. No, they've locked in the NFC North victory place by a long shot.
Mhm.
And so a win here doesn't really change. I should have done better research at all of this of how that looks.
This is always the worst episode for the
Yeah,
run and gun.
this because the announcers even they have like spreadsheets like because it's math. It's a lot of math
They
and
have a full
scenarios.
team. They have a full team
Yeah.
of quants. Like 3 quants per guy.
Yeah. We don't have that. We don't have the budget yet. I am the
No.
quant, and that's super sad to say.
Oh, no.
So yeah, Minnesota definitely will be taking the foot off the gas. Let me just look to guarantee that. Clinched. Can they have the best record? Is the question there. Well, they could. If a win would put them 13-4. Eagles are 13-3. 49ers are 12-4.
Mhm.
Cowboys are 12-4. I think they'd have a hard time clinching that 2 seed.
Yeah, sounds like it.
But it is possible, I guess. So
Yeah, I mean that's like reflecting in the line too. I feel like they would probably be favored by 6
right.
or 5 or like 5 if there was something to play with for. Nothing to play for. Give them 3 points, I guess. Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, I agree. But maybe if they sit Kirk, maybe they'll play a little better. Like
Oh,
who
they'll play a
knows?
lot better. I'll tell you that right now.
Okay. Baltimore Ravens add the Cincinnati Bengals. Bengals favored by 6.5 points.
Yeah, no, thank you, Baltimore. I don't
Yeah.
know how Baltimore's 10-6, to be honest with you. Like,
Yeah.
it's just a merit, one of the miracles of the season. Tell you that. So yeah, I'm gonna go Cincy, fade in Ravens. No, thank you. That's it.
Yeah. So both teams have a clinched playoff spot. Yeah, it's really impressive the Ravens have that. The Ravens can't. Ravens doesn't really affect them at all because they have their divisional win, and there's no way
Mhm.
they can get a 1 or 2 seed by. So
Right.
it doesn't matter for them whatsoever. Cincinnati, well, depending on the Bills game, could clinch.
Yeah.
Even they could even be in the standing to try to fight for the 1 seed,
Mm.
not just the 2 seed, because they're sitting in the 3 seed right now. A win over the Bills would have put them in 2 seed. And I'm just hearing myself talk. If I'm listening to myself talk, I'm like, I'm so confused right now. Like, there's so much. There's so much. Just go. You gotta go look at some screen to visualize to see what's happening.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
So I mean, Baltimore doesn't have anything to go for. Cincinnati, they do have something to fight for. I think that's why this line is 6.5. And I think
Mm.
go for it. Just like I don't know mentally coming off of the Bills game what that's gonna do to you. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's tough. Obviously, it's not quite your teammate, but to be there, it's like it's quite dramatic. That's or traumatic, not dramatic.
Yeah, it's very traumatic. I honestly, when I was watching it, I was shaken. I was like, and just seeing them on the field, all the guys, like you're just standing there and you don't know what's gonna
Mhm.
happen. It's like
Yeah,
it's
totally.
it's that's a horrible thing to go through. So okay, well, I'm locking Cincinnati. You know,
Yes, sir. Lock it in.
okay. Okay. Dang, dude. Okay, this next game's a fun one. Houston Texans at the Indianapolis Colts. Colts favored by 2.5 points.
Um, Colts seem like they've quit on their second coach of the year, so that's awesome. So that makes me really want to pick them.
All right.
But Houston, am I gonna pick Houston though? Like, oh my god, I don't. Both these teams are disgusting. Flip your coin. What do you say? What do you get?
I don't know, like a game like this, what's like what do you just kind of just pack her in, hey? Like They should have an
just that.
optional scratch at the end of the season. Like
Yeah.
like the owner can choose to say we don't want to play, and it's just
That's
like
it.
if you do a poll. There's a couple things. You do a poll, and if your fans say, do you want to watch this game, or you can say, I
Mm.
don't want to watch it, I want less games on Sunday so I can watch the ones that really matter. And if both owners decide and the fan base decides, you don't play the game, I think.
Hey, fair play. Or at least they have to pay to put it on TV.
Right, yeah, if you want, don't waste this time. I don't want Hanson's time going split between, like, they shouldn't put it on red zone. That's the thing.
Right,
I
fair,
don't
yeah.
want to see every touchdown on week 18.
Mm,
I only want to
mm.
see the touchdowns that have playoff ramifications. That should be a rule.
Yes, playoff zone. I like that.
Playoff zone. Okay, I guess Indy because they're favored, but who cares? Flip a coin, literally. I don't know. Are you on? You like that?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Indy. I'll just lock it in because I'm not gonna pick Houston on the road, but man, do I feel shaky about that.
That's a shake. That's a shaky. That's me after leg day shaky. Just
When was the last time you did leg day?
that's what I mean. If I ever did though, my legs would be so shaky. Okay, New York Jets at Miami Dolphins. Dolphins favored by 1.5 points.
Ooh, baby, going Jets all the way. I don't care who's the quarterback. Give me the guy who can't throw the ball at all and just run it. I don't care. Yeah, granted, Miami's lost 5 in a row, is it?
Yeah.
Tough scene. But yeah, should there be some mean reversion? Should there be a little dead cat bounce? Maybe, probably, but not gonna pick it. I think the Jets, they're a good team. And I just think, I don't know, I think they'll be feisty. Yeah, granted, they scored 6 points last week, but divisional game, it's here. We always say it. Play it tough. They're tight.
That's
So,
tight.
yeah,
Is Tua done for the season?
yeah, I think he's done.
He's
It's
got to
just
be, right?
Too many concuis, you know.
Is he done for is he done? Is he done?
Honestly, he probably should be.
Medically, I think he should be.
He should be. Is he going to be? I don't know, but
right. If you're taking your health as the number one priority, I think it's pretty clear. Sit down.
Yeah,
take a seat.
Fair. But I mean, that's tough to do when you have millions of dollars in front of you. So
and
it's tough.
But,
it's tough. I get it. We've all been there.
We have all had 4 concussions in a season sitting in front of $5 million with the ultimatum. Do you want another concussion for $5 million? And you say, yeah, hit me in the head. I know what that's like. I'm going Fins.
Fair.
Give me Fins.
Yeah,
I'm riding hard, baby.
I have no complaints. I might switch to that come game time, but I don't know. I'm liking the Jets.
Dude, Teddy's on fire, man. He can make anything happen. Okay, we got the next game is the Carolina Panthers at the New Orleans Saints. New Orleans favored by 3.5 points.
This is a tough one.
Yep.
Carolina coming off pretty depressing loss against the Bucks. I mean, here's the problem I have. They let that slip away. So is it like, oh, hey, they played well, but it just slipped away from them. They've like turned the corner this past like 5-6 weeks a bit. They're putting pieces together, but at the same time, I'm like, that's the problem. They just can't close it. They're always like a play shy. So that makes me just a little afraid, although I just kind of like the way they move things. They can score some points. They can play a bit of defense, but their corners are just weak and they're hurt. So that makes me very uncomfortable. But I mean, does New Orleans have the power to kind of take advantage of that? I don't know. That's a tough one. I think I might just go with the home team and let Carolina prove itself because I just think maybe a couple too many injuries on that D. So what do you think, Steve?
Well, I think first of all, Have to just state it. This is playoff zone. Don't put this on my
Playoff
red zone.
zone. Mm.
Zero relevance for this game. Like you said, they're playing Bucks. That was their chance to beat the Bucks and potentially make the playoffs. That would have been sweet. The Panthers, that is. Yeah. I was big on the Panthers. Like I was riding. I was like, man, they can make something of themselves.
We all were.
And Saints are just falling apart. Like they've definitely like fallen from heaven and hit a couple branches on the way. That's their wins that they've gotten over the season.
Been there too.
Where Panthers have climbed for their wins. Like they have just fought and got the extra mile. So those are the teams you want to cheer for, not the Saints. Now, I think they might be all tuckered out, but the Saints could fall on another win here. I don't think
by time, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna go another dog. I'm going all the way. Panthers.
All right, I love it.
You know what? I'm still fighting. I'm still fighting hard. I should pick all the home teams, but whatever. Patriots at Buffalo Bills. Bills favored by 7.5 points.
Oof. Yeah, Buffalo has New England's number. I don't know how New England has stayed alive this season.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, they are terrible. They're awful. And then they somehow win the next game. I don't really understand it. Although not like it's usually their opponent's fault or responsibility of them winning. So doesn't say much. So yeah, going Buffalo, obviously they've just owned the Pats the past couple of years. So I'm not expecting that to change at all.
Right. Pats can 1, 2, 3, 4.
If they win, I think they're in, I think.
But, yeah, they clinch it.
How did they make it if they don't win? Because that's probably the reality. I don't know. I think if Finns lose, maybe.
Yeah, Finns are 8-8. Steelers are 8-8. Titans are 7-9. So I don't know the tiebreakers between all these. That's what you have to look up is all these tiebreakers.
It's always the toughest part. It's like I have no idea.
But I mean, it's a good chance if they lose, they might not make it. But a win locks them in. When Buffalo and Pats, are they gonna miss the playoffs?
Probably.
Well, a Dolphins win against the Jets and a Patriots loss. Dolphins are in the playoffs, baby.
Right.
A Dolphins win helps a lot. Man, I'm cheering for the Dolphins hard this weekend.
Yeah, I just don't see a scenario where the Patriots win this game, to be honest with you.
Well, X Factor again, the game on Monday night. Don't know how that affects Buffalo.
True.
I mean, it might have zero significance, but I have to think it affects them a little bit.
Right.
Maybe better because they fresh legs. They only played 1 quarter of football.
Yeah, totally.
That actually is like you kind of got a bye week. Like
right. I gotta get some reps.
It's kind of unfair, actually. So like, I don't know. It's not unfair, but it's just weird and different.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, totally.
But yeah, I guess lock in Buffalo. I don't know.
Yeah, I think you kind of have to.
They definitely. Yeah. Yeah, this is just so weird. I'm like, this is the perfect ending to a chop season. Is like, let's do something unprecedented. Suspend a game indefinitely and not tell you what's going on.
Right.
Like, okay. Okay. And like even just mentally it's affecting me. Maybe it actually like has no significance, but I'm just like, wait, does this have significance? I don't know what's going on here.
Totally.
Classic chop season.
Chop.
Okay. Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Atlanta Falcons. Falcons favored by 4.5 points.
Wow. Falcons. So I guess is that like just Tampa Bay is just done not doing anything?
Yeah, like Brady's old.
Yeah.
Don't even like play.
Yeah. Fair. That's crazy. If they're 8-9, win the division, make the playoffs, just like brutal. Once they lose this game. So I guess I don't know. I'll go with the favorite here. Again, it's all you have to kind of read the reports coming closer to game time. What's going to be like the coaching decisions for how much these players play. If they're going to play a significant amount, like 2, 3, if they're going to play 3 quarters, I'd feel maybe better about these type of situations. But from that line, it sounds like the intel is going to be like very few
Right.
uh, starting minutes there. So I'll just go Atlanta based off that. But if that changes, maybe we'll switch up some of these picks. But yeah, right now I'll go Atlanta.
Yeah, I think that's definitely be said. Like, don't lock this game in on like Friday. Like, do your research, see what's going on. Actually, like I would put a lot of money on this spread changing from to Friday. Can I get money on that? I want
Let's get
to.
them some money on that Delta. Yeah.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, because I think this is like a preemptive line that people are betting on. I bet it's changed a bit, and then as more info comes out, what's the real picture? Then the lines can change. So
Right. Makes sense.
I guess Falcons, but I'm gonna definitely check on Friday. And yeah, because I'm naming the Falcons. I
Yeah,
don't
it's
know,
like
man.
I know it feels bad, but I'm honestly both feel bad. So
Yeah, like actually, like if both teams were healthy, maybe even like the
yeah,
Falcons
you know
might
what I'm
have a
saying?
chance.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll lock in Falcons for now.
All right.
Okay, this next one's Cleveland at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh favored by 2.5 points.
Ooh,
And the
dicey.
Steelers need this game. They're
Hmm.
on the bubble. So win gets them a good shot. A loss makes basically they're out if they lose.
Right, right. I have a simple formula for this game. Deshaun Watson, creep, also bad at football, and Mike Tomlin, great coach. The the institution of that coaching staff is just so solid. And it's just so impressive year after year how like competitive Steelers are, where they
Yeah.
really shouldn't be near competitiveness, but here they are 8-8 yet again. And just like Tomlin's just pretty underrated, to be honest with you. I know he does have he gets some praise, but like it's like beyond impressive for how long he's been at that franchise and the continued success that they continue to have is like even without like Ben Roethlisberger, who hasn't been relevant for half a decade at least, or like maybe almost 10 years at this point.
Ooh.
Uh, so yeah, I mean that's all it is. I'm gonna go Pittsburgh.
I agree with you completely. They have a bunch of broken pieces and yeah, it's like just a creation out of a junkyard. It's like, wow, that's actually a working machine. You made a bunch of garbage. Like that's impressive. And that only happens from the coaching staff. So yeah, I'm
True.
gonna lock that in. I like that. That was
All
a
right.
great speech. Probably maybe definitely in the contention for one of the best convincing speeches of the year. We'll put the nomination in for that one.
There we go.
Okay.
How many are left?
Oh my god, this season's tiring. The Dallas Cowboys at the Washington Commanders. Cowboys favored by 5.5 points.
Yeah, I mean, especially if Philly loses this game, that coming up against the Giants, because I think Dallas has the tiebreak against Philly, right? Because they beat them,
Hmm.
right? Is that correct? So that's enticing enough. And commies, I mean, they're awful. Like, yeah, they're 7-8, but they had the chance to actually win a decent amount more games. So I don't know. I'm just disappointed in Washington more than anything. And it's just coaching staff doesn't really know what's going on half the time. Just,
Mhm.
just had enough of them. It's time to lay them to rest. Dallas. I mean, hey, I'm actually pretty impressed. They're 12-4. especially with Mike McCarthy back there. I mean, how good can you get with that? But here they are. Yeah, I don't know, Z. What do you think?
Yeah, so you're right, and the Cowboys would have the tiebreaker. And so, yeah, man, a win from the Cowboys. They jumped to 1 seed.
I
Cowboys
know.
1
Cowboys,
seed.
that would be crazy.
That's a reality we could live in with a simple win against the Washington Commanders. This is not a world that I thought I would live in.
I know. It's crazy. Just grind it to the win here. But I
Well,
mean, Philly has to lose. Oh, that might be easier said. That might be easier done than said, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I guess Philly's gonna be. Is this gonna be one of those games that you watch the score of the other game while you play?
Pull their phones out of their jock straps.
But like, is the coaching staff gonna see that the Cowboys are down by like 30 points and then they pull like Jalen Hurts? Like,
Right.
because like if Dallas lose, Philly can lose, and then it's the same.
Yeah.
But if Dallas wins and Philly wins, it's the same. So it's like, if you're gonna lose, we'll lose. But if you win, then we'll try to win.
Right. Yeah. Totally. Oh, for sure. For 100%. They'll be in at halftime just looking at everything, right? So they'll get the whiteboard out doing all the math and stuff. What they need to
Right.
happen. Then, yeah. So.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah. Lock in Dallas. They should be able to do that. That's not too bad. It's not too bad at all. Oh man, I'm still I'm a little like slower after all those Christmas treats and food and the turkeys, and so I'm just first day of work today. It was tough, man.
And not to say you've had to see what the playoff picture is for each of these games. That's exhausting.
I'm having to do a bunch of stuff there.
How can one man, I mean, research department do that?
All right. I want to continue our conversation about like the vault of stats, like where we were talking about like where the official stat lines for the NFL from like the 1980s, like where are those sitting? And that's what I want. I like that conversation.
Yeah, they probably like, hey, we're gonna modernize, we're gonna digitize all these records. So they probably like got some kid to input, like got the sheet of like I don't know how they kept it back in the 80s, just tallied all the like on some like sheet of paper, and then some kid just typed it into a Google sheet, like as like on some Google Drive.
And there's probably some errors, some data errors, like
poor capitalization. Like the NFL is like not in caps, it's all lowercase, and like just ugly stuff going on for sure.
All right, nice detour there. Okay, Arizona Cardinals at the San Francisco 49ers. San Fran favored by 14.5 points.
I don't got much. The Cardinals bad, San Fran good. Lock it in.
San Fran going to the bowl. I should put some money on that. I say it every single week.
Yeah,
should have put money on it 8 weeks ago.
Maybe your early predictions coming true here. You got 49ers looking good, going to the bowl, as you said. And Philly, chop team. I don't know. We might be right.
I said Philly was chop for a long time. Like they're like 9-0, weren't they? I was like,
yeah, these guys are junk.
Not even. I would 49ers against Eagles. That'd be a great divisional game or conference game.
Yeah.
And I'd be cheering 49ers so hard on that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's a good colors against each other too. Red versus green.
Color.
That's just
you don't see that. You don't see that these days, huh? You just don't make it like that anymore.
Well, today's kids, they're all like progressive. Like, no, don't put red versus green. We don't do that. That's
yeah. I mean, that is offensive, right? So I guess.
Yeah, we apologize. Okay. This is fun. New York Giants at the Philadelphia Eagles. Philly favored by 14.5 points.
Wow.
Philly.
Take it away, Z.
Yeah, Philly's fighting for that number 1 seed, I guess.
Yeah.
But I mean, if Dallas is down, if Dallas has a quick loss, like let's say they run the ball the whole game and like the game only takes, 90 minutes and Philly's just entering the first half, they're going to pull everyone, they're going to lose. So that's the only chance.
90 minutes. I like that.
Yeah, lock in Philly here.
Yeah, lock it in.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Los Angeles.
Although, don't like the Eagles. They might lose. I'll say it. I don't know. Don't love them. Don't love them.
Sure.
But yeah. Anyway, you were saying.
Los Angeles Rams at Seattle Seahawks. Seahawks favored by 7.5 points.
However, Baker Mayfield, great QB, right? Great QB. What was the stat line? Or what was the stat line last game? Oh yeah, 11 for 19, 132. I mean, you can't compete with that.
Yeah.
But I mean, like no one's helping him, right? He's trying to drag the team to win, but just everyone's against him. McVay's against him. Everyone's just like, no, we're good, Baker. We know you're good, but we're out of here. So it hates me, but I'm gonna have to pick against Baker, right? So gonna go Seattle. But I don't even know what their situation is, but they've kind of shown their true colors this last half of the season, but gonna pick them. No, you can't go Rams.
Honestly, I think Rams are the worst team in the league right now.
Really?
They have
more
nothing.
than. Yeah, I guess so.
They're just a depleted front.
Yeah, there really is nothing there. Like
they
just
literally no players.
Yeah, this is gonna. I think this is gonna be the reality for the next 5 years. To be honest with you.
Well, Cooper Kupp comes back. Aaron Donald.
This is a good season for them, Zach. This is overachieving.
I would like it. I was gonna look at what their over/under wins was at the beginning of the season. It was probably double digits, like.
Yeah, probably.
And it's like 5 and 12.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who would have thought? That would have been a good bet to take.
True. Honestly, that was sitting there too.
After the Super Bowl, take under 7 wins. If you could get.
Wow. If you could have found that out somewhere, that would have been pretty good.
Yeah.
That would have been paid nicely.
That would have been nice. Okay, so LA Chargers at the Denver Broncos. And I'll just say this is only for our visual audience. We got come on, zoom in there. A Russell Wilson card in honor of Russell throwing more touchdowns than he has bathrooms in his house. So congrats.
Can't believe he did it. Can't believe he did it. I'm proud of that guy.
So I held up a Russell Wilson sports card that someone gave me, and I'm just putting that in honor of Russ. Congrats. You did good.
Wow.
What was the line?
What's the line?
Chargers by 2.5.
Yeah, I guess these Chargers don't really have much to play for, right? They're kind of locked in their spot.
Yeah, they can't move up in position, but they have their divisional. They have their conference win. So, yeah. Well, not their conference win, but they're not gonna win in their conference, and they're not gonna go up in their wins or down in their wins. It doesn't matter. So,
yeah. So anyway, I mean, Denver's been like showing a little bit of signs of life the past like month. Have they won many of those? No, but they've lost by like a touchdown. They lost by like 6 points. They lost by 4 points, type of deal. So They're home. This is their Super Bowl. Russ has to put like some sort of exclamation point on the season just to make sure this isn't a total disaster. Gotta give the team something to like build on. So I think there's gonna be a lot of motivation on the Denver side, although it's like a bad, like more so than normally with a bad season and just everything, like a get me out of Dodge. I think there'll be at least something to like, hey, let's like get some sort of momentum going here for next season. But yeah, so I'm gonna go Broncos. Haven't done that much this year, but I'm gonna lock in old Russ the Bus.
Russ the Bus, Gus Wilson. Okay. The last game was flexed to Sunday night. We got Detroit at Green Bay. Green Bay favored by 4.5 points.
I cannot believe the Green Bay Packers are about to make the playoffs. I cannot believe it. And there has to be a crazy amount of lopsided penalty yardage in this game. That I cannot wait to see after this game what the penalty yardage is for both of these teams. Like I think Detroit's gonna have a lot more penalties than Green Bay. You know what I'm saying? Like the league is like, okay, gotta get Rodgers in the playoffs. It's right here for us. Come on, let's just get him in there. I know Goff is the best like upcoming QB. We know this, but we gotta give Rodgers one more kick of the can here. Get some more eyeballs on these playoff games. Get that nice little sweet revenue in. Yeah, I'm gonna go Packers.
So this game, obviously, Lions Packers are in the hunt, but this is gonna be the last game of the day. If the Hawks win, they'll be 9-8, and then I'm pretty sure they'll have the tiebreaker. So then neither of these teams could get into the playoffs.
Oh, not even Green Bay.
Well, they're all 8-8 right now. And right now, if the season ended today, the Seahawks are in.
Right.
So if the Seahawks win their game, then this game doesn't mean
matter.
anything. I think we should all cheer for the Seahawks we should all cheer for the Rams beating the Seahawks in a most unbelievable way so that we have the most exciting Sunday night football game. Winner makes a playoff, loser doesn't.
Fair play. I mean, yeah, winner or loser goes home match. Gotta love them, right?
I think that's right. I could be wrong, but I mean,
I don't think the NFL knows, to be honest with you. I think they're all still. I think this is it. It's always like it's like, you know, when you go. I don't know if you've done this, but like if you've played like sports growing up and you're like a kid's hockey tournament or whatever, or maybe a baseball tournament for you, where that you're all waiting around after the round robin to see what the matchups are for the playoffs. They come posted on the board up front. Everyone's waiting around to see, and that's kind of what happens now in the NFL because no one knows the tie breaks. You're just all waiting for all the post the schedule. Do we make it? Because there's no way to know. You can't do the math yourself.
Zero way. It's hilarious. But I'm pretty sure that's right because I have the list that says in the hunt, if the season ended today, Seahawks would be in. So they must have the tiebreaker over Lions Packers.
Right.
And so, man, that's crazy that if the Seahawks win, so the Seahawks have to lose and Packers have to win for them to make playoffs.
Right. Which is not, I mean, yeah, the Seahawks are playing the Rams, but I don't love the Seahawks team isn't very good. Like they could lose that game. There's definitely a decent chance they lose that, right? So
well, especially if the NFL rigs it and wants Packers to get in.
Oh yeah, for sure. So
all right. Do you have a score on Detroit? Oh, here's the thing. I forgot. I'm picking Detroit.
Why is that?
Because Detroit in the playoffs.
Right. I love that.
Because what better way to end the season than have Detroit in the playoffs?
Yeah, totally.
That'd
be great.
Season.
Honestly, all of those scenarios are pretty good. Seahawks, obviously, like home team here. Packers, you get to see Mopey Rogers one last time, or Detroit, you see the Lions, the most electric offense on earth in the playoffs. So, it's all good.
Yeah, so for those listening, we're in Vancouver, so we're kind of Seahawks as a home. I feel like a
Vancouver, Washington.
trader. Yeah. Yes, that's right. Don't tax us, Canada. I feel like a traitor when I kind of cheer for Seahawks though, because I have so many other. So, but then at the same time, you get the home team in. You know, if you live there, like you can be a fan, no hard, like whatever your thing is, you can always come to the home team. But I cheer against them in situations like this. I'm like, it'd be so hard for me to cheer for them in the playoffs.
You're a
I don't
monster.
know. I
You're a
know.
monster. All your friends and family are hoping the Seahawks win, and you're just like, nah, I'm good.
You want to go through all the teams and see who I would cheer for against the Seahawks if they won the playoffs?
Yeah, please.
Let's go through it. Okay, Chiefs, Seahawks.
Yeah.
I go Seahawks.
Okay.
Bills, Seahawks.
Yeah, you're going Bills.
I'm going Bills.
Yeah,
Bengals, Seahawks.
Trader.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a tough one. I think I go Seahawks.
Okay.
I'd wear Seahawks gear, but I would cheer on every touchdown.
Okay.
That's what I do on that one. Chargers, Seahawks, Seahawks all the way.
Okay.
Ravens, Seahawks.
Don't even think about this one. The Ravens?
The part of it is there's some of these games I'm not cheering on either side. I just am very curious about the game. Like Seahawks, Ravens that's a curious game to me. So I'm more invested in how the game goes than who wins. I'd probably say that's like that with the Bengals too. Jacks, because okay, Patriots, Seahawks, flashbacks. Everyone's having that would be that'd be crazy if Patriots, Seahawks were in the playoffs. That would be insane.
Just wild.
If Jacksonville, it's just like if Jacksonville was in the Super Bowl, you'd be like, this is crazy. Like you gotta give them props. You know.
Yeah, no, it's props. I ain't watching, but props.
Okay, Jacksonville Patriots. So basically just Bills.
Just
I would
Bills.
cheer. I would cheer for.
Okay.
But a lot of the, like I said, like if it's Jacksonville, I'm like, I like the underdog. Although Seahawks an underdog too. But if Chiefs were in it, it'd just be so crazy for Seattle to make that playoff run that you'd have to cheer for them. So okay, this was nice to talk out. I like this. Let's go Hawks, baby.
Yeah.
Well, Hawks are gonna make the playoffs. Like
they're making it in the bowl, dude.
Yeah.
They're making it the Rose Bowl, I'll tell you that.
All right. Do you have a point spread or total points for Detroit Green Bay?
46.
I'm going 48.
Deece.
Picks are in.
Picks are in.
Okay, here's a fun little thing. If we go to our leaderboard, I don't know. I don't know who won this week. I'd have to look at everyone's picks. Because do we lock it in now?
I guess so.
Or what happens? I don't even know.
Well, because it's not going to be played this week, right?
So they say, okay, this week this is who played. But then what? Are we going to pick week 19? If they play, do we do one game play? There's not enough prize money for all that.
No, it's not enough to keep those servers on, dude.
This is fun. This is real fun. Okay, well then, if we're ending the score right now, then Nikki Nindor won.
Oh, wow. Okay, come back a little bit.
Yeah, by a by a win. Didn't need no tiebreaker. I guess they
Wow.
considered the tiebreaker. They have the tiebreaker in here. So I guess they considered the score up to that point.
I guess so.
I don't know what's going on, everyone. What is happening? This is the worst managed league out there. I was just thinking, how many millions, if millions, probably not billions, how much millions of dollars is in like escrow right now for like fantasy leagues and betting like leagues on that game?
That's a great question. Probably like, here's the thing. I don't even have a baseline. Like, how much money is like exchanged in America for football, like for fantasy football? That's a good question. Like, how much money is played for total in fantasy football leagues throughout America?
How many people don't e-transfer someone else money but are supposed to a year over fantasy football?
20%, I'll say.
I would say it's like 300 mil.
That's a lot.
In North America, $300 million is transferred. The money is transferred to another person in casual football pools, fantasy, pick'em, squares.
So just an underground economy.
Yeah. I don't know. That's over under 200 million. What do you think?
I don't know.
That's a good line. What do you think?
I honestly have zero barometer. Like you could say 200 million. You could say 600 million. That seems high.
What about like 5
You could
million?
say 50 million. 5 million seems, honestly, that could be it too. Because like how many leagues, like the average league probably plays for like
$20.
$20 a league per person. So that's like
10-person league.
Yeah, 200 to $500, I'd say, per league is what you're looking at.
And how many leagues are like?
But then you have some high stakes league where it's like $1,000 to $5,000 buy-in for 10 people. Does that bring? I guess that brings it up pretty good.
I don't think there's many of those. Probably $100 to $200.
Right. I feel like there's a decent amount of $1,000. I feel like there's a decent amount of those. People take some of this stuff seriously.
I think if you considered Super Bowl parties, that probably is like 10 to 20% of the money.
Yeah, I honestly, I would love to get just like an estimate, like an official estimate for like ESPN, who sees all the data of like how many leagues there are and all that stuff. So.
Well, I bet you could take it if you went to like Sleeper and said, how many active leagues do you have? And then said, well, let's just take 30% of those, because a lot of them are just like, well, yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Some college kid should do their thesis on that.
Yeah,
that's what I think. That's some stat thesis or something.
See, this is why college kids are dumb, because I bet they don't even think about doing that topic. They're
so stupid.
They don't even think it's an option.
Yeah, like come on. That's why they're dumb.
All right, are we done here?
Let's keep going.
All right, let's run it.
Minutes.
This is the last week. We're going to do it next week, obviously, right? We'll keep it going for the
obviously.
Wait, let's look at yours and mine. I have 150 wins up to this point. I went up a little bit.
Yeah, I went down. I lost.
You have
all my picks last week. So
140. Do you think if I didn't do my picks this week, you might be able to catch up?
I would. Yeah, I didn't do my picks. It was bad, man. I didn't think I did my picks for like 3 weeks, like throughout the season.
What if? Here's the bet. I won't do picks. You have to get 10, 11 right to beat me. That's actually so fair.
That's pretty good. Okay.
Okay, I'll take that. I'll still do my picks, but if you get 11 picks, you win. If you get 10, we tie. And then if you get 9, I win.
Right.
9 or less, 11 and more.
I'm probably getting 9. I'll be honest with you. I don't have like all these games are coin flips. So,
but I should have a slight advantage. But this is what
right,
we'll
yeah,
make the bet on. Is this will be this 1 week,
okay. Fair.
and you can
That's
redo
fair.
your picks. You can
Okay,
redo them Friday. You're not bound to what you said on the podcast. You
all
can
right,
just
I'll
pick
take a
whatever
look.
you want.
I'll take a look and go and get serious about it on
Yeah,
Friday. So,
that will be a fun update for people next week.
all right, I love it.
Okay, cool. All right, and I think that's it then.
All right, that's it.
All right, we'll see you guys next week. Bye.